What is going on, guys? Trader Kaz here. Wanted to record a quick video. Today we got the new monthly open. Well, also we got the monthly close. So our monthly candles are locked in. Wanted to record a quick video kind of just talking about my plan going forward. I don't usually like to trade the first day or two after a new monthly candle. Just like I don't usually trade Mondays. I kind of like to let the first day of the trading week play out, and similarly, I like to let the first couple days of the month play out. Unless a separate trade setup triggers, then I'll make an exception, but we'll talk about that shortly. So, Bitcoin not quite an engulfing candle, but we had this rally pretty much sold off after taking out last month's high. It's a little it's hard to, it doesn't look great, but also talking about how a monthly candle look doesn't really help us much, right? Because the June candle obviously looked horrible, right? And then we had a bounce. Or in the same way, this September candle in a vacuum is a ugly looking candle. And then we had one of our biggest monthly candles. So it's hard to take too much from it. I think the sweep of last month's high, if people want to say that looks bearish, I would say, yeah, I agree. But I think the result of that kind of played out already, right? So, if we look at that, we took out last month's high right here, and then we sold off. But now people look at the monthly, and they're like, oh, this looks bearish. And it's well, yeah, it does, but it did just sell off. So when people talk about monthly candles or when I tweet about it, it's you can't really glean too much from it, because one candle in a vacuum just doesn't give us that much information, right? And a lot of the time, an ugly candle can be followed up by a really good looking candle, and vice versa, right? This was a super bullish candle. This one was super bearish. So, just a mini rant about candles. All right, zooming in a little bit. We have Monday's range that we're working with. And, because this hasn't really triggered yet, this is still kind of the main long scenario that I'm looking for. I think if you enter a long, I don't love the risk to reward, and B, the likelihood of this playing out from here. Sure, this could go up, and maybe if we do break out from Monday's high, then I can look for a long scenario later, but I just don't really have a technical reason to long this right here. I think a sweep of these lows would be really clean. We barely took out Monday's low, but we did sweep it, and on some exchanges we did take out this low. So, technically, we did take it out. It was very minor. I would pretty much call these equal lows, and I think a sweep of those would be a nice long opportunity. And then I like these equal highs as a target, as I have marked by the X. Moving on to ETH. Also, before I get into that real quick, shout out to Bybit. They are the sponsors of this video. As always, they sponsor all the recorded videos and streams that I do. If you want to check them out, link is in the bio. And they also have a special promo going on right now, where if you deposit $100 of USDT, you can claim a bonus, which is $100 but on 10x leverage. So you get $1,000 to basically just choose a direction. You trade that $1,000 either long or short. Whatever you make from the trade, you get to keep. If you lose it, it was a bonus that you couldn't withdraw anyway. So, kind of a cool promotion to throw $1,000 on the direction of your choice. I'll put the link for both of those things in the bio. Well, the link to sign up and then the link to claim it. Moving on to Ethereum. We're trading just below Monday's high, so we've kind of been chopping around this level a little bit. Also, don't forget to mark out your new monthly opens, right? We'll have those on every chart. This one, Ethereum is still trading stronger than Bitcoin. Never took out Monday's low, didn't even come that close. And now we're kind of chopping around Monday's high. But although it's stronger from a technical perspective, I don't really love, like, there's nothing for me here, really. If Bitcoin comes down and sweeps Monday's low, like maybe it takes this out. But I would probably choose to long Bitcoin unless I got a separate setup here on Ethereum. Sol, still pretty weak. Still pretty bummed that we weren't able to break this resistance. But it is what it is. Let's pull up some levels. This one didn't sweep Monday's low either. So that is still untapped. I don't have a ton of trade plans. It's kind of like watching and waiting a little bit, see what happens with the start of the next month. And more or less, I mean, we're looking for long scenarios if things come down and take out Monday's low. And I think Bitcoin looks the cleanest of the bunch. If we do enter shorts, though, I do think Atom looks kind of bearish. We can draw a range here. Let me clear this for just a sec. So really nice mid-range interaction when you draw it like this. It was the floor here, resistance here, flip to support, tag the range high, deviates it, retests it. So that looks pretty clean. You could draw it on that level, this high. Some discretion involved, but when I'm drawing ranges, I like to see how it interacts with the mid-range, and then I think my levels are more valid. And you can see here, like, really nice mid-range interaction. So if things do start to look bearish, I think Atom is probably a good one to short. I know it's shown some strength recently to be trading up here, but I mean, this is a pretty nice short setup. Right into this 4-hour level, nice confluence all over the place. So that looks pretty solid. I wanted to look at ETH BTC quickly. I mean, this thing has been on an absolute heater. I feel like it's a matter of time before it cools off a little bit, but I'm not going to bet on ETH to drop quite yet. We are kind of forming this bull flag consolidation type thing, so we'll see if that breaks out to the upside. Maybe that'll give us the final push up to this range high, and then we end up doing something like this before coming down. Ethereum's obviously not gonna be the strong one forever. Like, this will go through uptrends and downtrends, but this is a good thing to keep an eye on to know if you'd rather be longing Bitcoin or Ethereum when you're bullish, or if you should be shorting Bitcoin or Ethereum. I still think Ethereum is the strong one, and so if this setup plays out where we would be longing Bitcoin, we can try and time those together and also take a long on Ethereum, as long as we have some type of invalidation level to choose. Like, if we end up coming down and we sweep this low, then I would probably try and use something like that as an invalidation. And even though it might not be as clean of a setup as Bitcoin, if I'm betting on Bitcoin to go up and I think Ethereum's stronger looking at the ETH BTC chart, you can long ETH, but we just need some type of invalidation to know how to size our position correctly. So I think that's pretty much it. Kept this one under 10 minutes. I'll do another video later this week, maybe Thursday or Friday, to kind of talk about some more specific setups, or maybe something will trigger. But like I said at the beginning, I like to let the first little bit of the month play out before really jumping into stuff. So hope you guys are doing well. Hope you are making some money in these markets, and I'll keep you posted. Talk to you guys soon.